Did you stop doing something because people tell you, oh, you're too old, it's time to stop that? Look at your topic and ask yourself this question. I get those questions about it, and I get those statements, I get those heartbreaks, I get those feelings from some people that come to me and ask me about this. So look at what happened. You did not make the cut. You did not get the job. He chose somebody else. She chose somebody else. You did not get the house you put the bid on to buy. They declined your mortgage. You didn't get what you're looking for. Suddenly you're not able to find the job you applied for. You didn't get it. They turned you down. Guess what? You did not make the cut. So guess what? Michael Jordan heard that too. So welcome, grounding and inspiration. Good morning, powerful soul. Today is August 29, 2025, 10 degrees in Toronto, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And if you've ever been told you didn't make the cut, you are not alone. You need to find out why you didn't make the cut. Of course, you're not going to ask the lover that jilted you that, why did you not? No. But if it's a job, if it's an apartment, if it's a rent, anything else, ask, why didn't I get it? You know why you're asking? Even if the answer is blunt and harsh, there might be something there you can change, or you can tune in and you can tweak it. So, you're never alone. Even the great Michael Jordan, arguably the greatest basketball player of all times, heard those very words in high school. Let's anchor ourselves in truth and strength with breath and take it in. Inhale that you are worthy. I am worthy. Exhale rejection, ease redirection. If you are rejected by a lover, by any kind, it's a redirection. That wasn't going to work out for you. That's okay though. Don't go on your knees and grovel. Just stand up and say, it's redirection. Inhale, I rise, stand up. I rise, I can do this. Exhale, I grow. This is going to give me a reason to fertilize my very essence with energy and worthiness and believe I can and push myself out of that muck. Speak something aloud that will stimulate like this. What they say I couldn't be, I will become, and I will go beyond it. So what somebody tells you you cannot become, you can become and still rise above where you want it to go. Speak this aloud. Oh Lord, another one. Emotional prosperity. Remember that rejection is not your reflection. If somebody rejects you, or the situation gets rejected, a job, this or that, an admission to a college, a loan, a mortgage, or whatever they said no to you about, look in the mirror and realize, that was a rejection. It's not me. It's not a reflection in the mirror. No, that is a situation. Being left out, overlooked, or underestimated can trigger deep emotion. Yes, it can. We know that. I'm not saying it doesn't. Sadness, anger, and embarrassment. Shit. Right? So after the clouds have just started to part, that's the time you get into the little areas of sunlight. And it's short, and still the heavy cloud of the rejection is still weighing on you. And you have to ask yourself that question one more time. How did it feel when I didn't make the cut? How did it feel when I didn't make the cut? How did it feel when they rejected me? How did it feel when they said, you know what, Tessa-Marie, you're not good enough. You know, you don't have what it takes. Rejection can come because of who you are, right? And it still hurts. I have a cousin, she's in her 90s now. And we always, my mom told me that. Ione got a scholarship to go to high school because from the elementary school she got a scholarship. And the Minister of Education in a small country, small population, saw her name, the last name Shillingford. He rejected her to get the scholarship and said, your family can pay. Okay, that was true. They did pay, she did go. But she was rejected, not because she wasn't good enough, but because she carried a name, Shillingford. That is what kept her back. She told me the story, my mom told me too. But she did go, she did become successful, but she did hurt. So it's not always the cut, it's not always because of what you cannot do or you're not able to do or all of that. It can be for who you are. So in her case was her name. Did somebody reject you just because they realize you're very, very independent or you're confident, and they're not going to give you a chance to sit at the table and lean in? They don't want to do that because they're afraid that your light will take away theirs. It will overshadow them. But you didn't come for that. You came to win. So there is no not in my final word, right? When somebody begins to refuse and they refuse you, let the rejection hang on. Remember, be your own self. It is not your identity. There is no in your final word. I feel the disappointment, but I do not become it. I feel the disappointment, I do not become it. You decide what story you tell yourself, not their story, not them. They don't decide what story you hear. So, physical prosperity, rise and show up anyway. So Michael Jordan used his rejection as fuel, not as the finish line. He trained harder, showed up earlier, and used his body to answer back physical prosperity. If he didn't use his body and he grew 4 inches in a year, he wouldn't have done it. So how can I physically show up for myself today? Ask yourself that question. Where have I stopped trying because of someone else's opinion? Oh, they're saying I'm not capable, I'm old, I cannot do this, you shouldn't travel, you're going to this trip, or you shouldn't do that, you're too old, aren't you afraid? That's them though. They're making you reject your physical ability. They're telling you you shouldn't. That is rejection. They're pushing it in you in a nice way. Affirm, I move like I belong. I act like I matter. I train like my future depends on it because it truly does. What are they telling you to stop doing? That's rejection. Physically, put on your shoes, stand tall, practice your shot. Practice walking, practice standing without holding on to the back of the chair, to the seat of the chair, to the arm of the chair. Practice. Find out how to do it. Move your butt to the end of the chair, plant your feet on the ground like your life depends on it, and push from there. Oh, it hurts. But you're going to do this because you have to make your best shot in no matter what court of life you're in. The ball is in your court every morning. Hit it, move it. You have to make sure it works. So your mental prosperity, rejection, right? You're too old. You're starting to forget things. Your mind believes what you tell it. I know that for sure. But if we let our mind go with the energies of the world, you're too old, you're going to do this, you just wait. I love those that tell you, just wait. It's like they decide for you. You won't be able to do it. And that is a form of rejection. They're telling you what you desire is not attainable. A job, a life where you can move, a life where you can do things, Thanks, Hugo. I just saw that. The life where you can go there and push yourself. Because you see, what you tell your mind, it believes. Michael Jordan didn't let that coach's opinion define his limits, did he? And neither should you. Their opinion should not define your limits. You're not good enough. You can't get the job. No. Try again. Find out what you need to do. Rejection is not your reflection. What limiting beliefs am I ready to let go of? Think about that. Write that in your journal. Ask yourself the question, what it is that is holding me back that I can let go? Because they said I'm not good enough. Oh, I like that one. You know you're at the top, right? You know you got really far, right? But we cannot let you go further. It's just not in the cards for you. Really? You know you know you have enough, right? You know you're pushing hard enough, right? And that's it. Others are looking at you. The bosses will tell you that to your face. You know, we didn't expect that. They cannot even look at you in the eye. They're stuttering like monkeys. And they're fidgeting and they're touching every part of their body because they are lying to us. And they're trying to keep us down with their rejection. They are the ones that are at the top of the ladder. And think about it, guys. They are at the top of the ladder and know what they've done. As you put your hands on the next rung to bring yourself up, they're stamping on it so you cannot move. So do you allow that? They do it in words. They do it in actual actions. You cannot have it. Why do you have that? What did you do to get it? Questions like that. So what new truth will I choose instead of that limiting belief that they told me I couldn't be this? You know, it is done at home, right? You only the runt of the litter. You don't know. Sit down, there's 6 siblings behind, and all of a sudden you show up and they look at you like, oh God, I have another one on the way. And that one, okay. And you go up thinking, okay, you'll make it to the front door and nothing else. You're here. But you have to stand up and fight. Rejection is not your reflection. I am not defined by one opinion. So and so said this to me. So now I am defined by that opinion. No. All of us, we're all defined by our persistent and our vision, what it is we desire. What do we see? How are we going to push it out? How are you going to make it happen? We have a vision. That is what defines you. And your persistent, your consistency, showing up, sticking to itness. I put that in all my phrases, stick to itness. You know it's good for you, stick to itness. They're imposing their insecurities on you, Betty said. Yes, they do. Because they will turn around and they'll make you feel like, hey, you see, because I wasn't successful, you're not going to be, But I have seen, thinking about it, shorter people. There was one they used to call the Mighty Mouse, playing in Toronto. He wasn't tall. I don't know what he was doing. But he was there. He made it to the NBA. You cannot deny that. That is what it is. You cannot deny that you showed up. You could have been the kicker. You could have been the football, the quarterback. But you got on the team because you were the kicker. And somebody, you're the kicker. Yes, I am. And if I get that ball, I'll kick it between those poles. That's what matters. That's the vision. And when you keep the vision, nobody can take it from you. Train your mind to work for you, not against you. Because if you allow your mind to absorb their insecurities, like Betty said, that mind is working for them. So it does, they say to you, but you just made the cut. Yeah, but I made the bloody cut. Because even when you make it, they have to tell you you were lucky to make it. It just seems as you want to throttle them. Illegal, you can't do it, you'll go to jail, but it's possible, right? Because they woke up this morning to put you down. And you don't need to hear that. I remember, Betty and Colin and I remember, they would leave their home in the morning and show up at the bank 5-10 minutes before 8. We cannot open the door before 8. The vault will not release before 8. Nothing will work inside of that thing before 8. We have to go in there before 8 to get ready. So as soon as that little thing goes, we push buttons and spin vaults and all of that. But oh, they come in, and today was the day they woke up and they came to torment the bank. Really? And you, why don't you open the door? It's only 2 minutes away. And they're shouting, and you can see the anger. So they're taking that to you, making you feel whatever it is you're doing is not good for them. And that's where they affect your spiritual prosperity. Divine delay to give you what you desire is not denial. Remember that. Because it hasn't come yet, that doesn't mean it's not on its way. Because the clock is saying 10 to 8, that doesn't mean it will not open at 8. If they only knew that, their blood pressure would be a lot better. And if we all remember that divine delay is not denial, it's coming. You have to believe. We believe tomorrow is Saturday. We believe Monday is a big holiday in North America from one end to the other. But we have to wait for Monday. As the same thing with these customers that came to the bank demanding that we open. So when you pray and you're rejected for something of whatever, or a lover dump you, what did they say? They're like buses. You miss one, you'll find another. So anyway, Spirit often closes doors to reroute us to greater purposes. Okay. So God the Divine has shed, no, not this house, not this one. You're not going to get it. One of my younger neighbors said when he bid at a house before, he lost it by $11. He said, I have no idea what that math was all about. But anyway, so when he bought this one, he put $22 more and yes, whatever. So you see what I'm trying to say? So now he said the children just walk around the corner to go to school. The other one he would have had to drive them. Now he saw what divine purpose worked for him. So remember that. So the Spirit closes doors sometimes to reroute us towards greater purposes. Michael Jordan didn't make the cut, but he made history. There will always be that part in his history that he did not make the cut in high school. And then there is always the part, what happened on the journey so that he made history on the NBA. He's almost spotless. You don't hear any negative things about him. I don't know, maybe there are, but it's not all there, right? It's like he came, he conquered, he took his place, and whatever he's doing now is completely for himself. So what is Spirit redirecting me towards? Ask that question. When you don't get it, say, what? Okay, so where do we go now? Or you can ask, well, my question, if you were me, what would you do now? Can I trust the unseen plan for my greatness? I don't know. Can I trust and just show up? I have this energy. I feel desire to succeed, to be the best basketball player, football player. I want to be a simple thing, and it's just obstacles in my path. What can I do now? So declare to yourself, I trust divine timing, because no matter what, we have to trust divine timing. It's not going to come any sooner. The weather teaches us that. I am being refined for something greater. So you're getting bruises. You're like this, using sandpaper on you. They're taking off the rough edges because you have to have something greater. Spirit is coaching me from the inside out. My God is within me. The universe has my back. They're pushing me up. But it's rough on the way up. But I know if I hold on and I believe, I will get there. You don't need the world's permission to walk in your purpose. No, you don't. No, you don't. The assignment is already yours. You have it. You know your purpose. You know why you're there. You're the great grandmother, the great godmother, the great helper, the great advisor, the great this, the great that, whatever you're doing. That's your destiny. That's your thing. You're doing it already. You don't need anybody's permission to walk in your purpose. Just walk. The assignment is already yours. Your value is bigger in financial prosperity than their vision. You have value, financial value. And it is bigger than their vision of how far financially you should go or you can go. Some people didn't see Michael Jordan's worth, but that didn't make him worthless. So it's not always money, right? And when you rise above rejection, abundance flows. Do you get that? So Michael Jordan, they didn't see his worth, but that didn't make him worthless, did it? He pushed through. He did his best. He showed up early and longer. And when you rise above rejection, abundance flows. I taught that to Micah. I told you guys about him thinking it's maybe, I don't know if it was fashionable to be late. And he said, Grammy, you do not have to be so anxious to get there on time. You can be late, you know. And I looked at the little runt and I said to him, really? I said, no, I don't like being late, so let's get going. And then I thought on the drive there, how can I get this human being that is knee-high to a grasshopper realize that there's a lot of benefits in being on time? A lot. So somehow, I don't know, you know, grandmother, we have tricks and trucks and we fix things because that's what we do. I got him there early one day, all dressed, his skates on, helmet on, stick in his hand, standing by the gate. The coach is there too, standing. The coach looked down at him and said, Micah, get on the ice, go practice. He turned back and he looked at me and he threw his glove hand. He's giving me a thumbs up and I go, really, you little runt? I said, no. And then he said, I practiced for those 15 minutes, Grammy, and by the time the game started, I was hot and ready to go. And from then on, he does not believe in being late. So you have to do things to make people realize there's also, you're late. You're going to get rejected. You're the last person showing up. You will not get there. The early bird catches the worm. These are not cliches. These are life lessons. And when you rise above rejection, abundance flows. Have I stopped pursuing a dream? You ask yourself, because someone didn't believe in me. Did you? Did you stop doing something because people tell you, oh, you're too old, it's time to stop that? You're not good enough, it's time to let that go. Who told you that? You know, they said to you, oh, you've been doing this for such a long time, when are you going to stop? All of that is a form of rejection. They don't believe you're good enough. How can I turn a no into the energy to create my own lane? You have your own lane. They keep straggling into our lane and it's illegal. If they were running track and field, they would be kicked off. You know, you cannot go in somebody else's lane, but they dare do that. And you have to say, how can I turn that bloody no into the energy to create my own lane? And that's where you become bold. And of course, Yuko likes this quote, well-behaved women do not make history. You chart your own course. You turn and you decide, no, smooth maybe, peaceful maybe, but I'm not me in this relationship. I have lost my identity. How do you do that? When did you allow it? Sometimes you don't even know, so you need to affirm that I bring value. I create opportunities. I build abundance on my own terms. It's really about you. So you have to bring value to your life. I am worthy. I am worthy. I create opportunities for me. I build abundance on my own terms. Financially, I can do that. Maybe it is saving a bit. Don't wait to be picked. Pick yourself. Do not wait for others to pick you, to choose you. You choose you. When you choose you, you walk with confidence. Head up, shoulders back, straight. And you walk determined. Your steps are not lost. They say you get mugged if you are wandering like you're lost. But if you're walking with purpose, where are they going? They'll come after you. They're afraid that your very footstep might trip them. So visualize the moment you were told you didn't make it. Think of that time. See yourself standing in the same spot, totally tall, taller, wiser, and stronger. Now picture the faces of the people who once doubted you. Watching as you rise, speak, serve, build, love, lead. They're watching you kick that ball and toss and get it into the goalpost, do this and do that, run track and get to the finish line and got there first. They're what, but they told you couldn't, but here you are. You see them when they're looking at you. I know you could. I always knew you had it in you. I really love that statement. You know I do. Speak this aloud. They said I didn't make the cut and I made the comeback. A lot of artists have to stop because some things happen. And then actors, singers, they lose their voice. They have to come back. They have to go back and do it again. And they do it better. I am not average. I am chosen. I am excellence in motion. And I am who I was created to be. And guess what? I am Tessa-Marie. My legacy is louder than any rejection that I faced because of who I am or who I was purported to be. And so are you. Use your name and say, I am so-and-so, and my legacy is louder than any rejection I face. Have a great weekend, everybody. How are you guys feeling today? Remember, because you didn't make the cut, it's not your reflection. Rejection is not your reflection. It doesn't belong to you. What truly matters is how you feel inside of you. And yes, it hurts. Admit it. Like I said, stand there. Feel that energy. Then get up and look at them when they see you doing what you're supposed to do. I wonder how that coach felt when Michael Jordan became who he became. I wonder. If you're looking for someone to be a speaker at any of your events that you're planning, get in touch with me. My email address is right here. And you can contact me, and I would love to give you more about making life choices to you or any of the topic on living a fulfilled life. Have a great day.